Cheers, everybody. It is day 22 here on the first ever Master Drum Advent Calendar video series. Need a little water here.
What the Grinch are you drinking out of?
It's a Grinch mug. You like it, don't you?
You're drinking out of my face.
Technically, I'm drinking out of your head. So, just saying. Makes the water taste a little sour, though. Gotta tell you.
Listen, Captain Cannoli, where did you get that mug?
I don't know. I got it on sale a couple of years ago or something like that.
You got it on sale?
Yeah, what's the big deal?
It's just so degrading. I'm up here on a barrel, you're drinking out of my head. It's just Grinched up.
All right, you want to be off the barrel?
Yes.
Well, maybe on Christmas, I'll let you sit in the chair.
Are you serious? I could sit in your chair? You're not Grinching with me?
No, I'm not Grinching with you, but you have to promise not to steal all my whiskey.
Maybe I'll change my plans.
Okay, well, that's good news.
But it is too late. I've already pooped in your stocking.
Yeah, I found that like 10 times already, so thank you. All right, day 22, here we go. What's up, folks? Welcome back to the Master Drum Whiskey Room. I am Jason C. Like, subscribe, do all the things you need to do to help grow on the channel for the rest of the year. So this is your first time at the Advent Calendar here on my channel. This is how it works. A few weeks ago, I asked my mom and my girlfriend to pick 25 random bottles in my whiskey room. Anything. Make up 25 samples for the 25 days of Christmas for the first ever Master Drum Advent Calendar that I have dubbed How Much Would I Pay? Master Drum Advent Calendar Countdown to Christmas Day. For the past 21 days leading up to Christmas, I've been opening up these blind samples, nosing them, tasting them, maybe guess the proof, maybe try to guess what the bottle is, guess the age, but ultimately name the price I would pay for this particular whiskey. Then once I do that, I will reveal the sample in this advent calendar and we can see what I was sipping and compare my value to the actual value. So day 22, here we go. 3 days until Christmas. I'm excited because I know soon I'll be watching A Christmas Story. Soon I'll be watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I'll probably maybe watch that this weekend, I think. So, all right, let's check the color first. Now, we are definitely in a lighter realm of whiskey here. It's definitely a lot lighter than some of the whiskeys we've been having in the past few days. So this should be interesting. So I'm thinking immediately younger, maybe a bit of a lower proof. We'll see. Here we go. Oh, this might be another rye, I think. Good spice to it. A little bit of herbal quality to it. Wow, a lot of spice here. This is just clove, cinnamon, baking spices, little minty too. But this is not a rye. I'll be really surprised. It's coming off very rye forward to me. Could be a high rye. I don't know. Let's check it out. Cheers. Oh, that's different. What is that? It's got the spice. I still think I'm leaning towards rye here. There's a craftiness to it. It's coming off a little bit youthful, I think. Yeah, high spice. I'm sticking with rye here. I feel like this has some sort of finish to it as well. Maybe a finished rye. This is completely different than a lot of the other whiskeys we've been trying throughout the advent calendar. This has a high proof point to it. Unless just that really high spice is throwing me off, this one's all over the place. It's a little bit drying on the back end of the palate. One last sip here. It's chocolatey. There's a definite chocolate vibe to it that I actually kind of dig. So high proof chocolate. Maybe it's a little bit of a maltiness. Maybe it's got a high malt characteristic to it. I don't know. I'm guessing kind of a high malt whiskey. I'm not sure if it's a rye or if it's just high malt. But that chocolate that I'm getting on the back end of it is giving me high malt vibes. I don't know. I have no idea. So, all right, one more quick sip here. It's chocolatey. It's spicy. I'm still saying it's a rye. I'm still saying there's a malt characteristic to it. As far as proof goes, I think this is a pretty high proof. The more I sip it, it's tough though. I want to say like 120, 125, but it's got so much spice, it might be like tricking me. That's the weird thing with some of those, like when you're trying to determine proof versus something that just has a lot of spice to it. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go into like that old school proof point of like 107. I'm gonna say 107 proof for this. I'll say 107. This way, it's not as high as 110, but it's got a really nice spice to it. Like I said, it's chocolatey. What would I pay for that? It's good. It doesn't come off like super rich or super old. I would probably go 75 bucks for this bottle. I think this bottle's 75. I love how chocolatey it is. It's got great spice, great flavor, good texture, which is probably the best part of it. I do think there's a maltiness to it. Let's find out what it is. This one's really intriguing me here. So let's see, day 22. Here we go. Breaking the seal. What could this be? Wow. This is very cool. So proof I was off a little bit, but we're about to break this one down. Ladies and gentlemen, what is in this glass? The Colonel E.H. Taylor Straight Rye Whiskey. Colonel E.H. Taylor Straight Rye Whiskey. Let me get the bottle. So this bottle was actually all the way in the back of my shelves over there. So they dug deep to get this one out. And there it is, Colonel E.H. Taylor Straight Rye. So as far as proof, I said 107. I really thought it was a lot higher when I first tasted it, but this is actually 100 proof. It's a bottled and bond straight rye whiskey. I did stick to my guns and said it was a rye, but I did say there was a lot of malt in it, and that's why I was getting that chocolatiness. Now, E.H. Taylor Straight Rye is the high rye mash bill that Buffalo Trace has. Now they have a low rye mash bill that we see used in Sazerac Rye, Thomas H. Handy, Van Winkle Family Reserve, and all those other popular ones. This is the only rye that they have that uses a high rye mash bill that's minus corn. So you just get rye and you get malted barley. That's it. So I think that's why that chocolate flavor kind of came through to me on the finish of this one. Also a lot of baking spices, some cinnamon, a slight fruit note to it, but really as you sip this, the chocolate note for me actually started taking over. I said 75 bucks I would pay for this one. This is an $80 bottle, so I am right there. A lot of people overpay for this bottle because they want it in their collection, and again, I'm not gonna fault you for that. I think as collectors, whiskey collectors, we wanna try to get every E.H. Taylor we can. Everybody loves the tubes, but this one is one that I would not overpay for. I love it right at 80 bucks. It's exactly where it should be. And this is one of those ryes that I don't think enough people get to taste. It's really different, and this is one of the ones that I really love from Buffalo Trace, believe it or not. So let's add Colonel E.H. Taylor Rye to the advent calendar. 2 ryes in a row. All of a sudden, my mom and Kim are like throwing me curveballs here. So with that said, if you liked the video, hit the subscribe button below. Please hit the like button. And if you haven't yet, follow me on Instagram. Let me know what you think about Colonel E.H. Taylor Straight Rye. Is this a bottle you have? Is this one you're hunting for? Did you agree with my tasting notes? And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. That's right, it is the 22nd, 3 days until the big day. Cheers, I'll see you next time right here on The Mash and Drum. Happy holidays.